The Chesapeake Bay is the detailed waterway in the center of the page. In the layout, you can see 3 sets of tools. The far right line with the plus and minus, we'll call that the scale bar, lets us zoom in or out on the map. The icon bar to its left with the question marks and ruler lets us interact with the map and make observations. The gray tabs below the National Geographic symbol let us change the map applications to data applications. And the black bar on the side lets us choose layers and tools on the map. Today we will focus on the first tab in Maps, the Layers tab. Click on Layers and the tab expands. You can click on the double black arrow anytime to hide the layers and see more of your map, but for now we will keep it open. There are different topics on here that are collapsible and expandable tabs in blue. First we will look at boundaries and click on Watershed Boundaries. We can see the Chesapeake watershed extends beyond the range of the screen, but how far? We'll zoom out with the minus a bit to around 75% and see that is a very big study area. Most of us don't recognize where we are from the terrain map, so let's click on the state boundaries to get a better feel for where we are. We can center the map by clicking on it and dragging the center point to where we want to focus. We don't see the whole states, but we do see the divisions within the watershed. All of Maryland is in the center. We have Virginia and West Virginia to the west, part of Delaware to the east, and a large chunk of Pennsylvania and some of New York right up to the Finger Lakes in the north. The colors can be distracting, so to bring down the intensity, we can click the blue double arrow next to the state boundaries. This is the transparency option. The slider will make a feature more or less prominent. 0 will make it opaque, and 100 will make it disappear. Let's turn this down to 60 or so to make the watershed stand out more. Wherever there is a double arrow on the Map Layers tab, you can use the transparency tool to help you see comparisons between multiple features that you want to display at the same time, or just to make things more pleasing to the eye. Let's now click off Boundaries Data, minimize, and look at another layer section. In human geography, we can see the ways that people reconstruct the landscape. So we click on Land Cover and see what type of land cover we have. The colors don't mean anything if we can't see what they represent. Fortunately, we have the eye icon next to the transparency icon. These info boxes will tell the story of the region in terms of this layer and give a legend to the symbolization as well as the data source. Let's turn off this layer and look at another. Choose Dissolved Oxygen and you'll see that the bay changes color slightly, and we'll click on the eye to see what this means. This is the dissolved oxygen content in milligrams per liter, but the colors in the legend don't quite match up with the colors on the map. The reason for this is we have multiple layer information open at once. Just so we can home in on the dissolved oxygen, we will click off the water depth on the base map, and just to clear out all distractions, turn off Land Cover 2 so the boundary of the bay is clear. Remember, we could have also done this by using the double arrow to maximize our transparency. Now we can see how things match up with the legend. The red color indicates a lack of oxygen, and the blue shows abundance. The more oxygen we have, the more fertile the bay is for sea life. This layer is unique. Oxygen level varies drastically seasonally, so we have a timeline tool at the foot of our map to show an animation of that change. Start it and we can stop it at any point in the year and drag it to the date we are interested in to work off that map. In the next video, we will pick up where we left off and complete our exploration of layers.